Okay, I am very proud of myself. As you can see, look at what's in place. My Airhead Composting Toilet, it was sitting in my office for, let's see, when did it arrive? Oh, it didn't arrive till May, so it was sitting in my office for about 3 weeks, and I finally brought it down to the boat and wanted to get someone to help me install it, and everyone is so busy. Like I said, I'm very glad they're busy. I'm really happy when people are too busy to do things. But in the meantime, I do really need a head, and I love my enclosed head. I love it. I can sit on it. There's lots of room for me. There's a little handhold inside there for when I'm rocking and rolling in the boat. And there's room on the outboard side now for me to put anything there. I'm thinking, like, you know, store my wet gear there, probably rig some kind of hookup. Now, how to measure the bottom of the Airhead to cut out a piece of starboard to put here. I'm going to screw the starboard to the original 3 holes that the original yucky head was in. I'll fill that later. I'm just going to leave it open for now because it does go underneath into the bilge area, so it's already cut. I'm going to fancy it up with, or clean it up with some fiberglass resin. I love that stuff. It smells so awesome when it's on the boat, all nice and dry, and the boat's all clean smelling. So what I'm doing is setting it on this piece of starboard, and I'm going to set it by the far corner. I'm going to draw this. I think I'm going to just draw it with a pen. Things happen. That's why I'm always very careful with the first cut. And let's try it again. Oh, there we go. I'm sure it was just because it was a wood one, probably too rough. And this is sort of like metal, we'll see. I'm actually really excited that I'm doing this because this gets to go in the boat today. I even bought a big 80-liter bag of peat moss. Did you know you can't buy small things of it anymore anywhere? You ask for peat moss and people act like you're crazy. Okay, or cocoa bricks or whatever they're supposed to be. Now let's see how I can do this probably easily this way. I'm going to actually cut like this now. There's my base, my toilet. Oh, look how nice it looks on that side. So I'm going to clean up before I even sort of move or do anything. I left the plastic on because it was helpful in cutting, and I've got a little file too to sort of rough that up. Actually, you know what would work? The sandpaper thingies. So there we go. Look at that. Awesome. I got 1/2 inch just so it would be like a solid base. And I could attach it securely to the floor any way I wanted. And then the head itself, I'm lucky because I don't weigh much. It's not like I'm going to be a 250-pound man. Which I will tell you right now, you probably may not fit in the head, enclosed head of a Flicka with a little ledge and a composting toilet because they're a little bit higher. Fortunately, none of the men in my life are that big. So, Most of them don't want to leave the site alone, so that's this part, okay. And another reason I'm very proud of myself, I found this starboard, like I said, in Martin Marine, which is a marine store in North Vancouver. I bought a piece that was 24 by 27, half-inch thick white. You can get obviously black and then beige, but because I was using it, seafoam. If it was showing more, I could have got the seafoam because that's kind of what the inner fiberglass is of my boat. But the head is white, so I thought it doesn't really matter. I don't think anyone's going to be getting down on their hands and knees and saying, you know what, this could have been beige. So I'm going to use the same stuff to make a water tank lid that comes off and can be serviced, because it's going to be the same, not as bad as the head because obviously it's just water, but this is full of mold. I stuck my little endoscopic camera down there. Yes, I've got one of those too. So yeah, anyways, another reason I'm proud of myself is because I also saved a little piece just to be able to have it to show if I never need to have it for comparison for something. I tried to engage in a couple of trades to come down. I know they're so busy, and actually, you know what, I'm glad that people are busy right now, but a couple of trades said, oh yeah, we'll come down to your boat and help you. So Pacific Yacht Systems are the ones that really did step up and show up to my boat and do the electrical and set it all up to be installed for the Wallace stove, excuse me, on the head. But other guys that are well known as well, so they'd come to my boat a couple weeks ago just to scope it out. And it's even like they're just in Granville Island. I'm like right here, minutes from Granville Island. Said, oh, I'll bring, you know, the stoves down at the boat now or whatever. Didn't even hear from them, like not even the courtesy of a reply. So that's why I'm really proud I'm doing it myself, because I followed one of the people in the Flicka forum who has done it themselves, and I followed their instructions pretty closely, and I feel really good about it. So right now I'm going to drill 3 holes in my piece here, and the holes are going to be where my original head was. Then I'm going to attach the 2 L brackets to here roughly, and then it'll be ready to go. So pardon me, it'll have a base here, a really good base. So yeah, I'm going to drill. The holes are kind of offset. You know how heads are sort of offset anyways in regular boats, or regular heads are offset because they're got the, you know, the water and the pump and stuff. So it'll be there, but still it'll be good and solid, versus just trying to have and then I can really screw these things down tight and then have a base. So, and then it'll have the support underneath the forward tank of the head. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna do now. So okay, so this is the bottom part of the bucket, which will have peat moss in it, and I've seen some really good not demonstrations, but other videos where people have really shown how it all works and how the top part comes off and everything. It just turns, and here's a little crank. So I'm not going to do anything like that, but I'm just happy that I can show you the installation part of it. So it might not, you might not see quite as much of it as you could, but this is going to be where this part goes. So what I'm going to do is set the head, or the bottom part, in there with the bucket on, and then with both front and rear, number 1 and 2 buckets on, and there will be room, you can see, to straighten it a little bit. Here's the hose that goes in here at the top part actually, and then when you take it apart you just undo the top. I can sit it right here. I'm going to make some kind of a lid also for the battery bank area here, just like a flat, easy use surface like a little up and down lid. So then I can kind of set stuff here on top of it and not short out the batteries. So this is gonna go right here. Yeah, that's gonna actually be almost perfect because the hole for the head is right, the old head right there. Still leaves that open a little bit. And then this part here. Oh, there we go. There, that's more lined up. Because actually now I see a good reason to have done this. Because the hole where the intake was is almost above, oh, it's not really above right, what about that? And I don't think I'll go back any further. I should check just to make sure the lid isn't going to, or the hinge of the lid isn't going to bump against here. So I'm going to go like this. Yep, perfect. Yeah, you see how good that looks? Can't believe I'm saying how good my toilet looks. So I'm going to make a tiny little mark with this. Even though it's permanent, it still comes off. And yeah, yay! I'm very excited. So it's nice and close to this side, so it gives me lots of room on that side. Idiot that I am, I have a left-hand crank, and it's on this side, but the way the crank is, it's not like another one. It still turns because it's outside, but I'm just going to rig something up, a smaller version of this. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here, but now I don't have this side restricted with this big handle sticking out. Oops. Yep, that was my head hitting the open porthole. It didn't hurt, it sounded more like eventful than it was. Because then, if this was here, it would be out in the way. So I'm actually glad that I did that because this is nice and sleek here. And this here, it actually, I'm turning with my fingers now. Yes, when it has stuff in it, won't be able to. But I'm just going to get something like almost like the vise, where it's a thing like this with a nut on each end or something. And you can move it back and forth, pull, turn, push, turn. Because there's a hole in the end of here that this goes into, so I'll be able to rig something for sure. So yeah, there we go. And I think I can just, yeah, I can just get that. It actually fits perfect. It's right against the wall. And you know what I do like it? It is right against the bulkhead here. That means it's not going to be, you know, have any give or anything. And I have a place to lean. If the boat's heeling one way or the other. That's what I like, because it's actually here is the other edge really of the side of the cabin top. So in theory, it's not like you could put it way over in the middle because then you wouldn't be able to sit down. So all good. Yay! Okay. So to measure where the holes are, I'm holding a piece of paper here, and need my knee pads at this point. I always like to wear them because knees bruise so easily. So I'm holding a piece of paper right here and not gonna move it. Taking this out, I have it marked on the sides where it goes back in. Taking this, not even moving my hand. Again, left hand is holding it down, so I have to try to open the pen with my right hand with one hand. So I'm just going to mark it right through here. And these are those big 3/8 inch lag bolts on the head. And putting the pen back in. Then I'll put this back, because there's just all kinds of different ways to do it, but this seemed to be the easiest, because it also doesn't go right to the end, so I can again hold on to the paper and not even move it. And the board is right back to where it is because I did the line, and I even checked on this side because I've got another one there, and it is, yep, right there too. So now I'm just going to, oh my god, I closed the pen, and put it right through. And it will go right through because it's just actually plastic. Not plastic, but insulation, but inside it was the coffee filters that actually go in the head, if you can believe it. There are coffee filters that you can go into, and again, a couple people describe it really well. You just put it in the bowl and go, and then it just falls in. So make sure those 3 holes, yay, look at that. Okay, now I'm going to drill the holes. The first hole is drilled. I did it rather unorthodoxly, just held it up and drilled horizontally, and look at the interesting little pattern of the starboard, so it must just be like a wrapped poly thing. So anyways, that's that. There's no big mess. So here's what I did. I just went like this and drilled sideways like this. Oops. Now put it back from reverse because I reversed out. There we go. See how it's spinning a little bit. That. I'm not going to caulk it or anything, like, because it just is into the liner. There are already the holes there. I was thinking of doing some fiberglass like around here, just to kind of make it a little bit cleaner. So right in here, but I don't really need to. So I'm just going to screw it down for now. And there we go. Okay, I'm very proud of myself, as you can see. Look at what's in place. So yeah, again, I'm just very proud of myself, but I followed the instructions. I think everything went all smoothly, and I will know when I use it the first time. I'm going to try it out this week, I think. Yeah, I'm excited. I've got some little containers for peat moss. I'm going to fill it with peat moss and then keep just a couple containers. Well, I probably don't have to keep them on the boat because you're able to empty it like once a month probably. So I'm thinking I might just keep one little container, just, you know, in case I need to add a little bit more, because I'm going to be conservative and not fill it up with peat. But it shouldn't fill up with anything else either. So yeah, so again, I wanted to say I'm just very proud of myself, and thank you for watching, and I will see you later.